In for Sean, Six Music Breakfast, and it's a Monday morning, and I'm delighted to say Nicky Wire is joining us from the Manics. Hello, Nicky.
Hello there.
Lots to talk about with you. How's things? You well, by the way?
Yeah, so
Good.
quite a sad day down here in Wales, really.
Of course.
With, Gary Speed passing and stuff.
That was very sad news.
It really was, yeah. I'm lucky enough. I met him a couple of times over the years, and thought to go out to his family, really, and his friends, because he always came across as a really, really lovely guy.
Now, amen to that as well. The book "Death of a Polaroid," the Manics family album, is a splendid piece of work and is a documentation via Polaroid of the band from the beginning right up to now, isn't it? That's the way to look at it.
Yeah. Like I've said, I'm no way class myself as a photographer. I was just really lucky to travel the world at a very young age, and I'd grown up loving Polaroids from my mum and dad. Took one with me, and Mitch Akita, our sort of Japanese photographer, collaborator, friend, masseur, he took loads as well. And it does feel like a family album. That was what it was meant to be.
Yeah, why the Polaroid? Why does that have a particular resonance for you as a medium?
It's easy. You can make loads of mistakes. You can mess around with it without having to put it through a computer or anything. You don't need Photoshop. You just need a blunt end, and you can scratch into it and stuff. And I don't know, it's just something really tactile, old-fashioned, usual Manics things.
And you talk about your pictures, which are in here, and there are Mitch Akita's pictures as well. But they're also, right at the beginning, there are pictures taken by the photographers you worked with early on, like Rankin and Kevin Cummins as well. They would take a Polaroid as I presume photographers still do this. I would hope so. And then you'd ask for that Polaroid as part of the session, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really come across it anymore. The day of the test Polaroid was just a glorious thing, because we were really excited to be doing these photo shoots anyway. Your first Enemy cover and Melody Maker covers and all that. So it was always something a lot of bands would just find that tedious and boring, but for us it was a real kind of challenge, and just it was a good day out. You could put loads of makeup on with loads of stupid clothes and have your photo taken. So getting those Polaroids early on, I always guess I thought one day, you'd either make a good scrapbook or a good book.
Yeah, you talk about that the NME cover as well, and you talk about the messing about side of it, but also you slightly changed the rule book with that, because the first one you did was you and Richey, and this was you did on your terms. The NME were happy with that, not being the whole band, not having in brackets the singer in there. They're happy with that.
No, it's really weird to have the non-musician, the bass player who could barely play, the guitarist Richey who wasn't really interested in playing, but it's all about the words and the luck with us. So I can't think of any other band who had the bass player and the rhythm guitarist. And working with Kevin Cummins was a huge thrill anyway, because we'd just grown up adoring his photos, all the iconic photos of Joy Division and New Order and stuff, and all of a sudden you're just touching 1920 and he's taking pictures of you. So we thought we'd better make an effort.
That worked very well. I mean, these pictures, it is a great book to dip in and out of. And as you mentioned, there are your pictures towards the end. And this is where I think the whole business of the Polaroid seems to be a bit more of a personal thing as well. You're revealing quite a bit of yourself there, not in terms of the pictures, but in terms of these images and these things that you've seen and then documented. Yeah,
definitely. I kind of, whenever I look around and whenever I travel, I always sort of still see my eyes through a Polaroid camera, and if there's anything interesting, or just something that stimulates me, it kind of, you want to take a picture of it. And for one of the special editions, I had to give away 50 of the Polaroids. You get them sort of frame mounted or something, and it just felt really bad when I realised after I'd signed the contract I had to give them away, because they just felt such a part of me, such a revealing part of me, and but I had to do it.
Yeah, so they've gone now. You've actually given those away, that 50?
Yeah, they've all gone.
Okay, well done you for seeing that through.
I did do a crappy photocopy.
Well, don't blame you. It's difficult to pick out one. I'm intrigued about, there are stories behind all of these pictures, but I particularly like number 57. That's the rhododendron picture. Are you temporarily in somebody else's garden there?
I'm just wandering around Newport, actually, I think. It's a little place called Jew's Wood. Uh-huh. And Mitch had got me into blossom trees, because it's almost like a holy thing in Japan when the blossom tree comes. And it'd been in the Everything Must Go video. We got the blossom tree in on that, blowing. And so I've got, that one in there, I've probably got about 30 versions of that particular picture, because I'm always drawn to them. There's a great lot in Hammersmith Cemetery, I think, as well. I remember me and Richey wandering down there from Shepherd's Bush, being totally lost, dressed like the New York Dolls, wandering around with Polaroids. You can only do that when you're young.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Now, up to now, I was, while compiling these finally home questions, I was listening to National Treasures, the singles compilation, which is going to be played in full at the O2 Arena in London on the 17th of December, 17th of next month. The last gig for a few years, is that right?
Definitely the last gig in the UK for a good while. You know, It's a great way to leave the stage for a while, you know, just to do it all. I think it's really hard putting a set together because we're not doing it in chronological. It's just too taxing, and we'd all have an heart attack after them. And the first 10 songs would be so fast, we'd never be able to make it through the show. So, but it's really hard to put a set together. Struggling. We're rehearsing at the moment, though, and it's sounding good. Jim's is remembering all the words at the moment, which is good on him.
It's going to be fantastic. Well, I wish you well with that, and when you're ready, come back and do some more. That'll be the plan, yeah?
Oh, yeah. You know, there's no way. There's no way the band's finishing or anything. It just feels like feels like a great way, actually, to play all, because you listen to the 38 tracks, it does give you goosebumps, because everything is a particular memory, and every one of them's a particular baby, and even the runts of the litter all of a sudden sound pretty good.
There you go. Well, well done on that, and well done on this book as well. It's going to nestle alongside my before and after, my treasured copy of Before and After, the Penny Smith book.
Well, that's one of the greatest, rock and roll photography books of all time. It's a huge inspiration. Working with Penny Smith, I mean, how good was that for us at the start as well? Yeah, well, I'll put that alongside this one. This is Death of a Polaroid, the Manics family album. Nicky, thanks a million for joining us. That's okay. It's a pleasure. Thanks a lot. I ride this alone in my bed.